Hey everyone! Today we are going to do an art project that's inspired by an artist named Sonia Delaunay. Sonia Delaunay created an art movement called Orphism art, or you can call it Orphic Cubism. What she did is she would make abstract paintings. Now, when something is abstract, we don't see a painting of a person or of an animal or of a landscape, things that we can really recognize, or even an object. But what it is it's a combination of a lot of different colors, texture, shape, and it can be whatever you want it to be. And that's what's really fun about abstract art, is that it can be anything. And there's really no right or wrong way to create it. It's all about self-expression too. So think about the feelings you're having and how you can express those feelings with your artwork. Now, Orphic Cubism or Orphism art has a lot of geometric shapes, and today we're going to be working with a lot of circles, as you can see, even some concentric circles. We've talked about concentric circles quite a few times in many of our projects. We've done some Kandinsky projects that talked about concentric circles. Even the lollipop tree project has a lollipop that has concentric circles too. So we see that around us all the time. We just maybe don't realize it. But it's really neat to see how it's a circle inside of a circle, almost like a bullseye. But what she did is she created these shapes and these colors, and she put them in a beautiful way, in a beautiful design. And so her artwork really inspired this project, and that's why we're doing it here today. And it's just also wonderful to hear about artists who do things that are so different. She and her husband both were artists, and I thought that was really neat. And so I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to go ahead and get started and take a look at the materials we're going to be using today. So you will have your canvas panel, and you'll have your bag here that has your materials inside of it. Let's see. Ooh, put a little paint on the back of there, made it stick a little bit. All right, let's dump this out. Okay, so you already have some half circles that already have the different pieces on them. You will also have some that do not. You'll have a full circle here. This way you can build your own concentric circle. Then you'll have some smaller pieces, and you will also have this strip of black foam. So this is going to be our first step that we're going to be doing today. I'm going to put all these other pieces aside, and we'll get to those in just a little bit. So the first step, before we get to that, let me actually go over some more of our materials that we need. You're going to need your glue. You're going to need your paints, any colors you want. You can choose to have all of them out or just a few. And you're going to want your big brush. I have my big brush here. And here you'll have some water, because you're going to want to wash your bristles or your brush. And every time you wash your brush, you're going to want to dry it on a paper towel too, because you don't want your bristles to be too wet when you go to choose a new color. Okay, so we're going to start with that black strip. You're going to turn it over, and you'll see it's white on the back, and you're going to peel the white off. This is going to make it into the sticker. Now this black strip is very sticky, so if it gets all wadded up or if it touches each other, it's really hard and difficult to pull it apart. So be very careful with this strip. I like to hold one end with one hand and the other end with the other hand. See, it's very sticky. It's fun to play with too. Okay, I'm going to make a diagonal line on my canvas here. You don't have to make yours diagonal. You can do it like this, straight up and down, or straight side to side. But I'm going to do a diagonal line, so it's going from one corner to the other. It's not going to completely meet the edge of your canvas, and that's okay, so don't worry about that. And if your line turns to be a little wavy and you want to straighten it out, sometimes If it's not too sticky, you can pick it up and straighten it out. So the first step I'm going to do, similar to the example here that we have, is I'm going to choose one color and paint one side. So I'm going to take the yellow, like I did in my example, and I'm going to paint the entire side of this canvas, and I'm going to make it a solid color. Now I'm going to paint a little quickly, just so you don't, get tired of watching me paint with this one side. But I want you to take your time as you paint. Enjoy. You can make long brush strokes. You can do some dabbling. It's up to you on what you want to do. And if you accidentally get a little bit onto the black, it's actually pretty easy to kind of wipe it away. So I'm going to finish this. Now you don't have to do yellow. You can choose any color you want. Okay, so I have this side painted. And I got a little paint on here too, so I'm just gonna kind of wipe it away. Get a little piece there. Okay. So I'm done with my yellow and I'm gonna wash my brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. And on the other side of my painting here, I decided to make some of my own circles with the paintbrush instead of just relying on these pieces that I'm going to glue down to show the circles. So to do that, you can choose any color you want, and I'm going to go ahead and follow the example that I had already created just to give you an idea of the process that I used. So I'm going to take the blue and I'm going to make a big arch. It's like you're painting a rainbow. So I'm going to fill that one in. I'm not going to fill in all of them. So just this one. I'm going to try some other stuff with the other ones. Okay, so I have my blue one done. And let's see, where else do I want to add blue while I have the blue on my paintbrush? Oh yeah, it's going to go up here. This is like an upside down arch here. Upside down rainbow, or maybe it could be like a smiley face, like you're making a smile. All right, so I'm going to put my blue aside. I'm going to wash my paintbrush. You can see it's starting to turn green in there with the yellow and the blue mixing. All right, now I'm going to make some more arches inside of here to make that half circle. So I'm going to take my pink, and I'm going to try not to really touch the blue too much with it, because I don't want to turn it into another color. I did touch it a little bit. That's all right though. And where else do I want pink while I have this color out? Right here. Little pink circle. All right, so now I'm going to wash the paintbrush again. Now, you don't have to use the same paintbrush for all the colors like I am. You can, since you have quite a few brushes, you can use all of them and they can all have their own color, so you don't have to sit there washing your brush every time. Okay, I'm going to use yellow to go here. Okay. Next, I'm going to add a little pop of red. I'm just going to make one simple arch with the red. And then I can put my brush away because I'm done painting with the brush. I'm going to get ready to use my pieces. I wanted to leave some negative space here to fill that space with my pieces. So I didn't want to do too much painting, but you can do whatever you want. Now I'm going to get my materials that I had packed. Now you can also, if you have a pair of scissors that you have at home that you can use, you're welcome to get those out. And if you, for example, want the concentric circle that you're making, if you want to change that and make it and then cut it into the half circles, you can do that if you want to. All right, so I'm going to get my glue ready, and I am going to start gluing my pieces on. So since this is yellow, I'm not going to put this one on this side just because you don't really see much contrast. The two colors just kind of blend into each other. You want to see the difference in the colors. Well, at least I do, so I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to put this one right here. You can see that I didn't push it onto my painting yet until I knew exactly where I wanted it to go. So something to think about. And I'm going to put this one maybe here. I might change it. I had used this one before in another project, and I took it off because I was like, I don't think I want that one there. I might take it off again. I'm not sure. But we're going to leave it there for now. And then I'm going to put this one kind of in the middle here. And so now I have them all lined up here, and I'm really happy with how I have them placed. It really reminds me of some of the paintings that Sonia Delaunay did. Let's see, I don't know if this would fit in there. Nah, maybe not. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that one because it's so big. But I can always add it another time if I want, and maybe I'll add this smaller one to go in this spot instead. So I will do that. Now, when you are using the felts, the medium-sized circles are felt, and so are the small. But you're going to want to use a lot of glue on the felt because you want to make sure it sticks, and sometimes that felt can really absorb that glue and not stay put. Okay. And maybe I want this one. That would be interesting, kind of like that, maybe. I did have one in my example here, sitting on the line. Oh, and I forgot I need to circle around with the yellow. I forgot about that. So maybe I can do that. Kind of overlaps a little bit onto that one, but that's okay. I can change it up a little bit. It's my art, right? I can do what I want, just like you can do what you want. And finally, if you are going to build your own circle, I'll show you how to do it, and I'm going to build this, and maybe I'm going to use it later, maybe with another project. I like to collect all my materials that are left over because I can then make something new. Okay, so this little one is felt too, but it is a sticker. So all you have to do is peel off the white and place it in its spot. And this would be a good one if I had my scissors. I mean, I do have my scissors, but I'm using grown-up scissors here. But if you have your scissors and you decide you want to cut your piece, go ahead. And maybe if I scoot this piece down, maybe I can add that there. Yeah, that works. And since I forgot about that yellow going around the pink, I'm going to do that right now as my finishing touch. All right, I'm going to get that yellow and carefully circle around it. All right, and now I feel like my work is complete. And here it is. We have the Orphic Cubism or Orphism art. And remember, we talked about how abstract art is, full of color, texture, and shape, and a lot of fun things. I hope you guys enjoyed this project, and I can't wait to see you guys again soon.